Hello, all you princesses and pirates. Welcome to a very impromptu episode of the Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth. Every week, we snuggle up on the couch and watch a movie. Then we share that experience with you, tracing the emotional thread from our first watch to how it resonates with us today. So grab your coziest blanket, because we're going to settle in for a movie that is in response to a recent event.
Yes. This movie is very important to me outside of this event. It has been one that has been a part of my life for a very long time, and definitely on my highlights of favorites, and it's a favorite of many, many, many people. It is The Princess Bride from 1987.
Yeah, this is something we picked because of Rob and Michele Reiner passing the last couple of days. So Rob, his journey through film and television is one of the most remarkable arcs in Hollywood history.
It really is.
He began as the beloved meathead in All in the Family, a show that I remember watching.
Oh, God, yeah.
And loving and love hating, really.
Carol O'Connor, right? Yes.
Yeah.
He always reminded me of my grandfather.
And I did not see the brilliance that it was. I missed a lot of nuance when I was a kid.
Oh, God, yes. I just, he just reminded me of my pop-pop. And then looking back, I'm like, holy crap, my pop-pop was a racist.
But he quickly transitioned from meathead into directing, where his gift for storytelling kind of reshaped American cinema.
Yes.
So he gave us those classics like This is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Stand By Me.
Mm-hmm. I always forget that he did that.
Yeah.
Oh my
of
God.
course, The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm.
When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
Misery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just did so many things. And each of those films carried that blend of his humor and humanity and that emotional depth that made him probably one of the greatest directors of his generation.
Oh, definitely.
So, beyond the screen, Rob was a passionate advocate for social justice, championing causes from marriage equality to anti-smoking initiatives. He co-founded the American Foundation for Equal Rights to fight for LGBTQ plus rights.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't do any of this alone.
Nope.
Michelle Singer Reiner, his wife, his creative partner, carved her own path as a photographer and producer. She began her career behind the lens, capturing these portraits and that were just striking. And later she contributed to film projects including Misery, Shock, and Awe. And she matched that artistry with her commitment to advocacy as well.
Yes.
So she worked alongside Rob in those campaigns for children's welfare, for public health, for progressive social change. And together they made a partnership that was both creative and civic-minded. They blended art with activism in ways that touched the lives far beyond Hollywood. So I just want to say that we are so sorry for the loss, not just to his family and friends, and Michelle Singer's family and friends, but to the people who remember them, who lived their movies, who lived in the world that could be better because of this couple. It's a loss for all of us.
Definitely. It's also we don't want to get too deeply into the actual situation, but mental health is important, people. And regardless of any diagnosis, having the right support system does help. And it's not to say that didn't exist in this situation. Just sometimes things just don't work out, and you can't fix everything, but at least try. Ignoring the problem is never going to it's never going to work that way. But again, you can't always fix everything. So on that note, we are doing The Princess Bride.
So yeah, let's talk about The Princess Bride. Let's try to... It's difficult because this is a movie that is fun, but it's also about love. I think it embodies the couple, Rob and Michelle, very well.
Yes.
That this is something we can talk about, remember them, but also enjoy what they've left behind. And, true love is a good measure to go by.
Well, here's the thing. I literally was just thinking this. All of my research on this movie, I did not see anything in the trivia, in the background, nothing that said anything controversial. Like, everybody had a good time. Everybody enjoyed each other.
Yeah.
Christopher Guest would shake Andre the Giant's hand every day because he liked to watch his hand disappear. I mean, it's little things, but it's like everybody got along. Everybody was a family. And that's
right.
That is such a rare thing.
It is. But let me do the IMDb.
Yes, please do.
It is lengthy.
Oh, yes, I know. I saw it.
Please bear with me. This is written by Hugo, who...
Dang it, Hugo, man. You are the man.
Yeah, I mean, it's lengthy. It almost feels like its own biography. But it captures, I think, the essence of it very well. An elderly man reads the book, The Princess Bride, to his sick and thus currently bedridden adolescent grandson. The reading of the book, which has been passed down within the family for generations. The grandson is sure he won't like the story with a romance at its core. He prefers something with lots of action and no kissing. But he lets grandfather continue because he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. The story centers on Buttercup, a former farm girl who's been chosen as the princess bride to Prince Humperdinck of Florin. Buttercup does not love him. She, who still laments the death of her one true love, Westley, 5 years ago. Westley was a hired hand on the farm. His stock answer of, "as you wish," to any request she made of him, which she came to understand was his way of saying that he loved her. But Westley went away to sea, only to be killed by the dread pirate Roberts. On a horse ride to clear her mind of her upcoming predicament of marriage, Buttercup is kidnapped by a band of bandits. Vizzini, who works on his wits, and his two associates, a giant named Fezzik, who works on his brawn, and a Spaniard named Inigo Montoya, who has trained himself his entire life to be an expert swordsman. They in turn are chased by the dread pirate Roberts himself, but chasing them all is the prince and his men led by Count Tyrone Rugen. What happens to these collectives is dependent partly upon Buttercup, who does not want to marry the prince and may see other options as lesser evils, and partly on the other motives of individuals within the groups. But a larger question is what the grandson will think of the story as it proceeds and at its end, especially as he sees justice as a high priority as action. That is a very lengthy...
Go, Hugo. Wow. He's the man. So, I have so many different things I want to talk about. There's
Okay,
so
well,
many.
let's go through the cast.
Okay, so we have Carrie Ellis,
Right, who plays Wesley,
Desperado.
who is also the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Desperado.
Desperado.
No, it's
Despero.
Despero. Oh my God, it's Despero.
And in Psych, yes.
From Psych, yes.
But he was in Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
Yes, which is funny because the reason why he was chosen to play in this movie, to play Westley, there is a T, people. It's Westley. I know a lot of people say Wesley, and it's like, no, it's Westley. Sorry, bothers me. It's the English in me, the English teacher thingy in me. So he was chosen because he had a very Errol Flynn about him. And then when he played in Robin Hood Men in Tights, he kind of played on the Errol Flynn aspect as well.
Sure. He's also in Saw.
Yes.
And in Glory.
Yes.
I didn't know he was in Glory.
Oh, yeah.
So now I got to figure out where the hell he was in Glory.
I think he was an asshole in Glory, if I remember correctly.
Probably was, because sometimes he was an asshole in Saw as well. He
does a good asshole.
He did have to saw his foot off,
yes.
I believe.
Well, I mean, even
Or
Despero's kind of an asshole as well. I mean, he just leads Sean on Merry Way all the time.
I don't know. He was kind of nice.
I mean, he got a kick out of Sean. At first, though, he was like...
He was Sean's friend for the most part, but he did use him quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, again, I how could you not love that man? So then there's Mandy Patinkin. Just everything Mandy Patinkin.
Who is Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, which is very hard for me to say his name without wanting to say, "You killed my father. Prepare to die."
He was in Homeland, which... I loved that show. That was a very good show.
Dead Like Me?
Hard to watch. Yeah, Dead Like Me. I love that show. That's one of my favorites. Chicago Hope. And he was in Yentl.
He was. But so here's the weird thing. And this is where I sometimes have a hard time when I look at like my youth and I didn't really pay attention to a lot of actors. I'd seen, obviously, Princess Bride a bajillion times. And 3 years later, Dick Tracy came out. And here's Mandy Patinkin playing 88 Keys. And he sang. And I didn't even know that it was the same guy who played Inigo Montoya. Had not a clue.
Well,
my brain just couldn't register that.
I have a hard time separating him even knowing all that.
But like I knew who Mandy Patinkin was.
Inigo. That's
the thing. And then like I knew who that was.
Sure.
But yeah, so and my God, he's got a great voice.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like one of my favorite songs, too, from... I love the Dick Tracy
album. His Broadway, I mean, he's
Well, yeah. I didn't know he did Broadway. Yeah, he worked with freaking Stephen Sondheim and, oh, my God, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
He's so crazy talented. And
really
I love his wife.
Oh, my God.
They're just awesome.
And again, everybody loved being in this movie.
You can feel that.
Yeah.
You feel it. Peter Falk as the... I'm jumping ahead.
But they didn't even get to really be... Like, Peter Falk and Fred Savage...
We're separate.
They were separate, and they still were just enjoying. And like again, I don't know. Maybe they hated each other. Who the heck knows? I didn't read anything about those two, so I don't know.
I don't think they hated each other.
No, but I'm just saying, like I don't know. Maybe that's like an outlier.
Sure.
Because they weren't part of the actual like main cast, but still, I mean.
Let's go down the rest of them because we'll keep getting sidetracked.
Chris Sarandon.
Yes,
he's Prince Humperdinck.
Right. He was in Dog Day Afternoon. And, I mean, most famously, I know him as the vampire in Fright Night.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was badass. You have to have faith for that to work. I love that. Child's Play he was in.
Oh, my
I did not
God.
know that.
I didn't realize he was in Child's Play. And he was married to Susan Sarandon, right?
Right.
I mean, hence the Sarandon part. But yeah, I always have to make sure about... just because they have the same last name doesn't mean crap. Christopher Guest, who played Count Rugen.
Right. He was in This Is Spinal Tap. Best in Show, which I love.
Best in Show.
I love that show.
So,
Waiting for Guffman.
Yes, because he did a lot of those.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, funnily enough, though, Christopher Guest is actually he has a title. He is the 5th Baron Hayden Guest of Sailing in Essex.
Oh, yeah, I bought one of those things, too, so I could claim a title in Ireland.
Yeah,
Scotland.
that's not. Yeah,
I've got like 1 square foot somewhere.
yeah, that's not how that works.
No,
That's not how
I'm
he
building
did it.
a castle.
I'm pretty
on it.
sure on 1 square foot.
It's gonna be a small castle, but it's gonna be mine.
It's for the Fae.
I am
The elves have gone too far. Okay, so then we have Wallace Shawn, who played Vizzini.
Who was in my? This is funny. He was in My Dinner with Andre. And he worked with Andre the Giant, which I'm sure they had dinner.
Oh no!
So did that rebound in his head as they were doing it? Did he go, "It's funny that I'm eating dinner with you"?
Oh, well, apparently he had heard that they had wanted Danny DeVito, but there's no proof that they had wanted Danny DeVito, but he heard it from somewhere.
Sure.
And he was very insecure in his part.
Aw.
And so he actually went to Rob Reiner and he's like, I'm not even Italian. And he goes, don't worry. In the book, Vizzini sounded just like you.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's great. I think Wallace did a great job.
He did, because with that little bit of a lisp and everything, you would never...
Yeah.
Inconceivable said with that lisp is...
It's one of the most repeatable things in the movie. People all know that. Inconceivable is a given.
There are so many quotable lines in this movie.
Well, he was also in Clueless. Mm-hmm. And he was the voice of Rex in Toy Story.
Yes, he was.
Gotta love that.
Andrei Rene Rosimov. And I'm probably saying his name wrong, and I'm so sorry, Andre the Giant.
I think you're pretty close to that.
He played Fezzik.
He was a professional wrestler.
Yes, he was.
I actually did meet him once, a long time ago. I was very young.
That is cool. I did not know.
I lived in Memphis.
Yes.
So I met a lot of Jerry Lawler. I told you before that my aunt was a wrestler.
Yes, I did know that.
So
Wait a minute. Did you get to meet Moolah?
Yes, I met almost all of them.
Wendy Richter?
I did not get to see Cyndi Lauper, but I did get to see...
Lou Albano?
Lou Albano.
Holy shit!
This is before he was doing the character, though.
He didn't have rubber bands in his face yet?
No, he still had the rubber bands and stuff. He just wasn't doing it with Cyndi Lauper yet.
Okay.
But I got to meet a lot of these people, but I was very young and I was kind of disinterested in it. Mm-hmm. But I remember him as being a kind person, but I only really got to say hi.
Yeah.
And I didn't say much else because I was very shy.
And, well, yeah, but you were also very tiny, and the man was massive.
Oh, yeah, I was very tiny. Comparatively, I was minuscule. So, but he was
well, you were
also...
a little kid, so yeah.
Sure. But I wasn't in, he was in Trading Mom and Mickey and Maude.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
He was so grateful to be in this role, and we'll talk about that because I don't want to start crying again.
Yeah, this has been hard to get through for us, and I know it's hard for everyone. We're not special in that aspect, and we didn't have a personal connection
other than it just being a part of our lives. Like Rob Reiner, his legacy has been a part of our lives since we were children.
Right.
So it's very hard to not take this.
It's like losing an uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I felt this way with a few other actors, and it's not because I've ever met them or knew them. It's just because, I am a product of latchkey TV, childhood, and TV was my family, my friends, and so you pick people that you just resonate with, or their characters that you resonate with, and it really hits you hard.
But you know what I love? Unintendedly, the first call to go out was to Miracle Max.
Yep.
Unintentionally.
Yep. Romy called Billy Crystal after she called the police.
I mean...
And that's because they were friends.
How is that not kismet?
Oh my God, yeah. And they're all, there's so many people that are still friends.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we got people to go through.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
So we have
so sorry.
Fred Savage, who plays the grandson.
Right.
Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years. Little Monsters.
I love Little Monsters.
And Austin Powers in Goldmember.
Yes. Because he actually plays himself in that. Have you ever seen Little Monsters with Howie Mandel?
No, I have not.
Oh, we need to put that on the list because that is a good movie. And it has like the best Talking Head song at the end of it. We have Robin Wright, who played Buttercup.
Princess Buttercup to
Princess
you.
Buttercup.
She was in House of Cards. Mm-hmm. Forrest Gump, which is, like the thing you know her
Jenny.
from. And Wonder Woman, where she was a badass.
She really was.
I'm very upset at the person that led it, but I loved her in Wonder Woman. She was so good.
Yeah.
She was a badass. She was just like,
it's weird,
just weird to see her that way.
Being playing Diana's mom, but also like, was she? No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't Diana's mom. She was
like the aunt.
head. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But even then, still pretty damn bad. I love it. We have Peter Falk, who plays the grandfather.
Who was okay? So it's not on my list, but he was in Vibes.
Yes, he was in Vibes,
Which we did.
Yes, and he was in Vibes the next year.
I know.
I think it was the next year. Wait, I don't remember. Was it in '88?
I think so. But it was in like that time period.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It was either 88 or maybe a little earlier. It might have been in 84. I can't remember what Vibes was.
I don't know. I'm looking through my notes really quick.
Hold on. 88.
Yeah, so it was the next year. Okay.
Yeah. But he was also in Columbo.
Yes.
As we know. That's how I knew him to begin with. A Woman Under the Influence and Wings of Desire. He's been in a lot of things.
Oh,
but
yes.
I never appreciated him as much as I appreciate him now, looking back on it.
Yeah, I really didn't appreciate him that much when I was younger either.
I think it's easy to overlook the kind, caring old man.
Well, I wasn't a Columbo fan, and it wasn't something we watched. My Nana would watch Murder, She Wrote, but not Columbo.
How he was in Vibes. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
How he was in Vibes.
And
just happy to be there and just really enjoying his role.
Exactly. And and because I only really knew of Columbo and not actually watched Columbo, I had no opinion of his acting or his character, and again, didn't appreciate it until I was much older. But yeah, he's the sweet old man, and I loved it. So I kind of want to lump them together because they are a team, and that would be Carol Kane and Billy Crystal as Valerie and Miracle Max.
Right, and we've had Carol Kane just recently
just last
on
week.
Scrooge. Yeah.
This was actually a year before Scrooge, because that was also 88.
Right. They were both 88.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Billy Crystal did When Harry Met Sally a year later.
Yes.
City Slickers in 91, and he was the voice of Mike Wazowski in Monsters, Inc.
Mike Wazowski.
I don't think I knew that.
You didn't know he was Mike? Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, but I barely saw the movie.
You do know that John Goodman was Sully, right?
I did know that because he's got a very distinctive voice.
So does Billy Crystal.
I wasn't...
So you don't...
You separate voices. I don't really do that.
Okay, so when I make that reference of, so I have a plan using mainly spoons, you never got that reference that was from Monsters, Inc.?
No.
That was a Billy Crystal line.
Okay.
He's like, you're talking about this elaborate plan using mainly spoons.
Okay.
I always thought that was the funniest thing.
Everybody has their blind spots. I don't often notice voices that much. Very distinctive ones, I do.
I just keep, I've always heard them together. I thought it was funny that it was going to be John Goodman and Billy Crystal, and I never really put those two together. And then they make such a good pair in Monsters, Inc. So yeah. But with Billy Crystal and Carol Kane, they needed to go together because they are, even though their scene is very, very short, it's very memorable.
Oh, it is, because
it's mostly improvised.
Well, they're a pivot point in the movie. Yeah. So this is at the point where all hope is lost, and Miracle Max gives them hope.
And bitches through the whole thing.
Sure, but that's a pivot point. That is where the story picks up.
Yes.
So yeah, it makes complete sense. And of course, the director is Rob Reiner. So why would Rob Reiner pick The Princess Bride? Not only did he direct it, but it was his first produced film. He'd been the director for a few other things before this. His dad, Carl Reiner, gave him
a book by William Goldman, The Princess Bride. This book is the whole concept. If you've never read the book, The Princess Bride, it's fun to read, but also if you don't know what you're getting into, very difficult. Because if you are going into it thinking you're going to read what you know in the movie, it's not going to be like that. There's a lot of quotations and sidebars and there's so many different things going on in this because it is done as if it is an abridged version of S. Morgenstern's The Princess Bride. There is no S. Morgenstern.
Right.
That is the whole fallacy of it, and that is the whole beauty of it.
It's the storybook within the storybook.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like, there is a chapter called Buttercup's Baby. And because William Goldman, he didn't get the permission from Morgenstern to write about it, he could not talk about it. But later on, Morgenstern gave Stephen King the permission to write about Buttercup's Baby.
There you go.
So there's a lot of it's silliness, but William Goldman wrote books, he wrote screenplays. He another person who was all over the place, and he also did a lot of stuff with Rob Reiner. He did the screenplay for Misery.
Oh, that's such a departure.
I know. He did the screenplay for The Stepford Wives.
Okay.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I knew that one.
He wrote and later on did the screenplay for Marathon Man.
Okay.
So it's like the man was everywhere, but also, you know, when you kept mentioning Misery, I'm going, Goldman. So there's a lot, you know.
Well, you can tell there are a lot of attachments to each other.
It.
Almost everybody in here has an attachment to other projects that all lead to this.
Oh, definitely. Or lead away from this, but at the same time, constant callback.
I can't imagine that they didn't walk away from this movie without some lasting friendships.
So I know, you know, you always hear about, you know, on-set romances, and that's why the characters had such chemistry. So people for years have thought that Carrie Ellis and Robin Wright had an on-set romance. They never did. They had the chemistry. And even Carrie said that he was smitten with her and thought about her like after, like, you know, he had a hard time memorizing his lines and stuff because he was so smitten with her. But they never went anywhere with it. They were just really good friends, and they stayed in touch even after the film.
Yeah.
So, again, you see the chemistry.
Well, there are different kinds of love.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the love of friendship is a pretty good one to have.
Definitely. And, you know, when they came back for the anniversary, and I remember, like, watching the videos, everyone is still so, like, happy with each other.
Yeah.
It's just, like, they missed each other. Andre the Giant. I got to get this out of the way because otherwise I'm going to keep thinking about him and I'm going to be all weepy. He loved being on the set. And one of his quotes was, "Nobody looked at me." That was why he liked being there. Because they treated him like he was everybody else and he wasn't some freakish anomaly. Now, there were things that did happen, like, again, Christopher Guest wanting to shake his hand every morning because his hand would disappear within his and stuff like that. Kind of like, you are kind of treating him a little bit of a freak show, but it was not done with any malice. So, you know, there's a difference between, enjoying someone's differences and pointing out someone's differences.
In the land of Hollywood,
yeah,
you're not that unusual.
No.
There are other unusual things happening.
Yeah.
You're literally fencing each other here. You're literally creating fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Carrie and Mandy, they did all of those. They practiced so hard on those sword moves in the fencing scene. The only time the stuntman was used was during that flip.
Yeah.
And then even Mandy said that the only injury he sustained was when he bruised a rib from laughing so hard at Billy Crystal. During Billy Crystal's scenes, Carrie and Rob Reiner had to be removed from the set because they couldn't stop laughing and they were disrupting the whole thing.
That's one of the hints I put in the blue sky.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. You could tell, guys, I've been on the run all day, so I did not get to look at the blue sky. So that's me. Did you know what Mandy's real name is? I did not know this. It's Mandel Bruce Patinkin.
No, I did not know that.
I was wondering, Mandy, but yeah. I have a cousin, Amanda. We called her Mandy all my life. So
okay.
That was why I thought that was funny and always curious about that. Did you know that there was a real Dread Pirate Roberts?
Yes, I did know that.
It was Black Bart.
And he did not pass it down.
Oh, he did not. But he was definitely a well-known pirate, Black Bart. He was Bartholomew Roberts. So yes, the real Dread Pirate Roberts.
Not a gentleman pirate.
No, he was no Stede Bonnet.
Absolutely not.
I love fictional Stede Bonnet. I don't know enough about the actual Stede Bonnet.
No, our flag means death.
Yes, our flag means death. Steed and Blackbeard all the way.
That's a pretty perfect show right there.
Yeah, we need to rewatch that soon.
And we were talking on Blue Sky about Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, that's such a great... Reservation Dogs.
Reservation Dogs. Did I say Reservoir?
You did.
Reservation Dogs.
Reservation Dogs. Another good show, people.
It's such an excellent show. And there's a couple of people on there that are very much into it, too. Mm-hmm. And we have to watch it again. We just haven't gotten
yeah. That's another one. It'll make you cry, but it'll also make you laugh. And it'll also make you...
inspired.
Yeah. I mean, these kids. I just love it.
Okay, so let's talk about The Princess Bride. It's a fairy tale.
It really is a fairy tale.
It has a little bit of everything, which is great. Mm-hmm. And it's balanced. It has romance.
Yes, it does.
It has comedy.
It has action.
It has action. It has adventure. But it has this emotional core. So let's talk about, because we've gone so far into this, we're about 30 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when you first saw this?
Okay, I loved it. It made me feel like this nostalgia. I've always had this love of fairy tales. We've talked about this, my love of Grimm's fairy tales. Maybe I didn't talk about it. It might have been folkloric that we talked about that on our other podcast. And I love... Again, for as long as I can remember, going back to my earliest memories, my first, I guess, exposure to anything like that was a television show, very short-lived television show. It had Jeff Conway, Jeff Conaway, Kanicki.
Yeah.
It was called Wizards and Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this, and if you find it on YouTube, don't judge me. It was like 80 something. It was cheesy. It was bad looking back, but I was captivated by this literally wizards and warriors. I mean, there were knights and there was...
it was really literal.
It was literal. And that was my first time like seeing something like that on TV where it was not in a book. And again, I was little, so I wasn't reading either, but fairy tale books. And so later on, in 87, let's see, I was 12, and seeing this movie, I was just like, wow, this is another fairy tale movie that I can just add to my favorites with The Last Unicorn. And I think Willow came out shortly after this. And these are just movies that have always just been a part of me, and just this world I always wanted to be a part of.
Right.
And definitely it's this fantasy lifestyle. So yes, how did I feel? I felt longing and just enamored with these movies. I wanted to be Buttercup. I wanted to be Westley. I wanted to be a part of it.
It definitely tingles the bi vibes.
Oh, definitely.
There's no way it doesn't.
That's later on in life when Michelle grew up and went, hey, three-way.
True though.
I'm not
Very
even
true.
in their league, even when he was a farm boy.
Because it was his occupation that was causing the issue.
Even if, when he was a poor farm boy and she was a poor farm girl, I still was out. They were still way out of my league. So
For all of us. So here's the thing is I didn't see this when it came out. I didn't see this until 2000.
For reals? Wow.
Yeah, I think it was in 2000. Actually, it was my best friend Joe had put this on. I think it was on DVD at the time.
Wait a minute. I can't believe I knew you in the 90s and I didn't make you watch it.
No.
I didn't know you didn't. I did not know you had not been exposed.
Okay, so I worked all the time. Mm-hmm. In 87 and 88, I worked in a factory because I was saving up money because I was going to go into the military in 88. Mm-hmm. So I did not go to a lot of places. My friends did things. I worked. I went to school. I worked because I lived on my own. Well, with a friend, with my best friend at the time. And so we had to pay bills. We had things to do. So I did not see the movie then. But in 2000, Joe had showed it to me.
Yeah.
We played it. It was on Netflix, in fact, when they were renting the DVDs.
DVDs and sent them to your house. And this was definitely an HBO for me.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Netflix. I'm sorry. I'm just misremembering because we did rent it again on Netflix because you really couldn't buy it.
It was a Blockbuster?
It was a Blockbuster rental is what it was.
Yes.
Because I remember because we paid a late fee for it.
So this was definitely an HBO situation for me. Didn't see it when it came out in the movies. I'm pretty sure I saw it the year later when it was on HBO.
Okay.
So I was probably more 13, 14 when I saw it.
Yeah. So when I saw it, it did pretty much what it did for you, except I already kind of knew about there were a lot of movies out then, especially like Lady Hawk, things like that.
Love Lady Hawk. I think I added that to the list recently.
But I was so enamored with the fact that it was a comedy, and that it was a love story, and that it wasn't even any of those things. It was about a child and his grandfather connecting with his grandson. Mm-hmm. And it was so many things at one time that for me, it hit me in a lot of different ways at once. So yeah, I felt a lot like you did then. I felt in 2000 at the ripe old age of mid-30s or early 30s. But I think that I just fell in love with that idea, with the storytelling of it. So yeah, I was enamored. I was very much entranced by the entire world that this set up.
Yeah. I had lost my grandfather about a year or so before this. And so the parts with the grandfather actually kind of made me uncomfortable because of I was still dealing with that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever fully, I've been alive. No, he's been gone longer than he was alive. No, maybe not that long because he was okay. That's messed up. I totally screwed that up. He died when he was 57. I'm 51. That's kind of freaky to me a little bit, but I don't think I've ever really fully gotten over losing him in my life. So watching that when I was younger was it always hit me a bit harder because I would just be like, I really hate these scenes. I didn't, the way Fred Savage hates the kissing scenes. I hated the Fred Savage and Peter Falk scenes.
Yeah, because it kind of seems like it's interrupting.
It is. And also it was that my pop was gone,
Yeah.
And I didn't like to see this kid with his grandfather. So, yeah, that was the worst part of it for me. But then, getting to see the rest of it, shit, the only thing was missing was a unicorn.
It's true, though.
There were white horses, so
yeah, you had 4 of them. If you put 4 white horses together, I think you get a unicorn. Well, maybe a like an amalgamation of like, it'll be a lot of hooves. You don't want that.
What's the Norse horse?
Cronenberg horse, I guess.
I was thinking, what is it? The one with the 6 legs.
Yeah.
Something with an S sounds.
I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, something, I can't remember what it is. Sorry, guys.
That'll be on our folkloric podcast.
Eventually, we'll do a lot of Norse mythology. I'm due for some.
So, Wesley and Buttercup, they embody this idea of true love. And it's said straight out.
Yeah.
True love. And for them, it's an enduring thing that does not get tarnished by time.
No.
Nor does it weaken by distance.
No. I mean, she thinks he's dead and she still loves him dearly. And while she is willing to marry a Humperdinck, she is doing it, definitely begrudgingly. Unfortunately, Westley doesn't know that in the beginning.
Right. But their love or their relationship is like this emotional anchor to the entire film. Mm-hmm. But there's also another set, and I think it gets mistaken. Well, it's actually said straight out that it's revenge. Inigo Montoya's need for revenge or need for justice. But for me, it's about a man who really loved his father.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's his love for his father.
It's still a love story. Mm-hmm. And if you want to go a little bit askew of that, Fezzik finds family. Mm-hmm. He finds love within his family.
Oh, yeah.
He has Inigo now, and he has Westley, and he has Buttercup. He gets to be in love with his family. Mm-hmm. He has that now, whereas he was always alone before.
Yeah. And, it just shows you that I think the beauty of this is everybody in the castle is so either indifferent or cold. The queen, you only see her at the end, and she's just very indifferent. And when she talks to the king and gives him the kiss on the cheek, he's more, she kissed me. And not that she said, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, he's not entirely lucid.
No, but there's no love in that castle. There's nothing there to make her feel like she's a part of it.
Well, you feel like the castle has the same warmth as the relationships within that castle.
Yes.
It's cold, it's barren. And you get the sense from like the hallways and the rooms that there's very little emotional depth.
Yes.
It's mostly surface level and it's very cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One of the classic scenes in this movie is Twoo Love. Twoo Love. So, little fun fact.
Marriage.
Marriage is what brings us together today. So apparently, when Jensen Ackles had a bodyguard, Cliff has become a friend of his, but Cliff Kosterman was his and Jared Padalecki's bodyguard through all of Supernatural. I mean, they would like hang out together, and when Cliff got married, Jensen gave a speech at the wedding, and he did the marriage speech
because Dorkburger.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it just goes to show you, a man's hot as hell, but he's just a big old dork, It doesn't matter. He's just like us.
Yeah.
Big old nerd, but also he's freaking amazing. But we're not talking about Jensen. Talking about the
Except
Princess
you
Bride.
are.
Well, because he did the marriage speech, and you got to talk about that. So when I just went through this and I found so many facts, and I do want to talk about the characters and I want to talk about more, but like the facts were killing me. Christopher Guest, when he hits Cary Elwes on the head, Cary Elwes is like, just do it, just freaking hit me for real, and he did. lacerated his head and knocked him out, and he spent the day in the hospital, so they lost the whole day's worth.
Also a hint I put in the blue sky.
Oh, see, I gotta read these things out. I'm sorry, okay? I was
No,
driving.
I'm just thinking it's funny because you're telling me the, yeah.
So also they had, back to Andre the Giant, after wrestling for years, he couldn't carry. He couldn't carry Carrie. So they actually built ramps for him. So the scenes where he's on his back. But they also had a golf cart for him.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to get Carrie Elwes to drive the golf cart. And every day he was like, no. And so he finally relents. And he drives the golf cart over some big rocks. And it gets all messed up. And I guess rocks must have gotten into the golf cart. And it got, I don't know if it flipped or got wonky, but somehow it pinned his foot between the gas and the
accelerator.
The accelerator and a rock, and he broke his toe. And so if you really pay attention, he does limp in many scenes. He hops weirdly in some scenes. But he didn't want to tell Rob Reiner for a while. But he eventually had to. But yeah, so he basically, Aragorned it.
Yeah, that's true. All great movies have a broken toe.
Apparently.
That's how it goes.
I feel like, The Princess Bride opened the door for...
a broken toe.
I was going to say Lord of the Rings, but sure. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I know the book was written many, many decades before, but I think the movie...
I think it definitely gave the ability to monetize. And if you can do that, then you get the chance to make those films. Sometimes you do a film so that you can do another film. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what, happened with Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
But, yeah, this led the way for a lot of fantasy, for a lot of sword fighting. I tell you, after Carrie and Mandy's sword fighting in this movie, there were a whole lot of kids hurt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there were a lot of swordsmen that were born on that day.
And if you pay attention to what their conversation, they're talking about real, styles and real swordsmen and studies of fencing. So that's all legit in that whole conversation between them. That's not just made up words. These are actual things. So if you're actually interested in fencing and learning how to do it properly,
just learn to do it
just
from
watch
the
that
movie
scene.
And don't even worry about training in any other capacity. Just
Why are you
this.
laughing? I have a secret. I'm not left-handed. I'm not, guys. I'm really not. Yeah. So Princess Buttercup is a lonely, lonely, lonely girl.
Yeah.
And I think she's lonely even before Humperdinck, before she loses Westley, because I think she gains him when she realizes that he's not just a farm boy and that he actually does love her. But then she loses him and, she thinks he's dead. And that just makes her spiral. Why was she chosen, this farm girl, to be the bride? Because he was going to kill her anyway. That was it. I mean, that's what it boils down to, because I've seen people go, well, why? Was it because she was beautiful, or?
It kind of was. The point being that when she died, it would cause outrage.
Yes,
and
in a
what
war.
Better way to cause outrage is to get someone who is of the people, but also uncommonly beautiful.
Yes, she's the Helen of Troy in this fantasy world, in a way.
Okay.
So she's beautiful, which is going to cause, that's where basically the Helen of Troy comparison ends. But she would have been the cause of a war. And that's what Humperdinck wanted.
Although they never really, and you really have to suspend a lot of...
There's a lot of gaps, guys.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of plot holes. Why do you need a war? At what point the ship disappears? There's a lot of things that just...
Her dress no longer has burn marks.
Yeah, just, there are a lot of things you will have
There's that guy in the woods who just is there and then he's gone.
But what I take it as is these are not important to the film because they weren't important to the book that he was reading. Not. He's reading the book to the kid. Mm-hmm. So the ship wasn't there because the ship wasn't part of that, at that part of the story. No. Wasn't an issue with the story.
No.
So this is a book being read to a child. It's not going to cover all the holes.
Think drunk history without the drunk.
Sure, maybe a little drunk.
Maybe a little Spaniard.
Maybe a little Spaniard drunk.
A little cough syrup in there. Oh my God! Now that goes all of Spain for us. All of those listeners.
No, it's Inigo Montoya. That's what I was doing.
Okay,
that wasn't on all Spaniards. That was just Inigo.
So, oh my gosh, does he say his gracias with a TH?
I think no, he does not.
Well, if he's Spanish,
but he didn't.
He didn't say it at all.
Yeah, I'm saying he didn't. So this film constantly plays on fairy tale tropes because it is a fairy tale. So being read, the book to the child means that it gets to mock them while also embracing them as well. So Vizzini's arrogance, Humperdinck's cowardice, Miracle Max's eccentricities. These are all things that you get to, it's this absurdist characterizations. And then you have like Humperdinck able to track everything.
Well,
he could smell the iocane.
Iocane, which is odorless. But don't worry, he can smell it. Well, he would bet his life on it.
He can not smell it, therefore he knows it must be iocane. It.
So, but you're right, though. It is the storytelling of it, but I'm going to throw it into another angle, is the child's imagination of what Grandpa is reading to him.
Oh, yeah. No, very much so.
So that would be why he could smell it and know it is iocane powder.
And why the ship wasn't important.
Yeah, because it was
the ship wouldn't be in the way because who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of why did they roll down that hill and nobody broke a bone?
Right.
My uncle rolled down a hill fucking around at a park one time and broke his fucking femur.
Okay.
Jackass.
Like you have some issues with that.
No, I just always thought that was the stupidest thing he could have done. And I was a kid and I thought it was stupid.
But yeah, I mean, I think it allows for a lot of leeway because, you have the grandfather making allowances for the child while reading the book.
Yeah.
But also the child, Fred Savage. Getting to...
little man that he is.
Yeah, getting to imagine this world that his grandfather's telling him. You fall into that imaginary world when you're reading or being read.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why when people ask me, well, how, if you don't like scary movies, but you love scary books. Yes, because then I can paint the pictures how I want them in my head. And that's what Fred Savage is doing. He's picturing, that's what I feel like. That's what the little kid is.
I agree.
This is his version of it. That's why I think he gets so mad with the kissing scenes. Is because now I got to picture this man.
Well, he only got mad at the kissing scenes at first. He starts warming into the story, and in doing so, he warms into the idea of that love and it being less icky to him because it's not about that. It is about there's something about the kissing that evokes less sexual and more emotional.
Yeah.
So it definitely becomes more of an emotional thing to hold on to. It's those scenes tie each other together. So every time they kiss, which is not often in the film, it's like he's saying, as you wish.
Yes. There's so much that I just... Sorry, I was listening to you and my brain derailed everything I was going to say.
So Wesley went from humble farm boy to a swashbuckling hero. And he gives his arc. He tells you during the movie what happens because he's explaining it, not just to Buttercup, but also to Inigo and to Fezzik. And he keeps telling people these small parts so you get a bigger vision of where he's been and what he's been doing this whole time. Buttercup has been passive almost all of this time, mainly because, and I get her, I get Buttercup so well. I did not get her before a long time ago, but I do get that listlessness. I've been in that situation where I felt like this is all there is, and this is not fulfilling. And so I just kind of existed. And honestly, if it wasn't for the very man who showed me this film, I don't think I'd be here. So for me, understanding Buttercup was very easy. Because I was very passive. I just lived and I didn't do much else. I just existed. But then life is not static. Life is not this one step. It is many steps, and it changes. There's entropy within the system. You change. Whether you want the change or not, change happens. And I think that much like Buttercup, I think we all find that moment where we grow because our faith is renewed in either a person or an idea or situation. But we find things to hold on to, and we find reasons. So that despair, I get that.
I never noticed this despair until I got older. I just really thought that the actress just didn't care about the role because I didn't know enough about what I couldn't.
It's easy to miss the nuance.
Yeah, and I was young and I didn't have, while loneliness was there, I didn't recognize that level of loneliness to the point of ennui, to the point of desperation and despair. And there was just a lot of flat notes because I didn't get it. So again, she was not my favorite princess because of that. But I still, I couldn't understand. Well, now you've got these beautiful dresses and you've got this beautiful crown, and why are you so miserable? Smile, be happy. And I couldn't grasp
Well, you were young.
her mourning. I knew how it felt to mourn, but I didn't understand what she was feeling. Because, I was young.
Yeah.
Again, 13, 14, I really wasn't.
I saw this in my 30s. So.
Or 12 and 13, sorry. 12 and 13, I didn't necessarily understand. But now I fully grasp what she was feeling, that emptiness of being alone, and especially being alone surrounded by people. That's the worst. Because
like when she's walking through the castle.
And she's just lost in her thoughts. And it is horrible because everyone is like, well, I don't understand, or you're just full of yourself, or you need to get over it. And that's what you hear in that room full of people. And you just are so alone in it, and you're just pretending you're not hearing the comments. And so I relate to that.
Yeah, so
part
you do
of her.
Understand her.
Oh yeah. I was just, when I was younger, I didn't understand it,
Sure.
but no, as an adult, yeah.
Well, I think you have to experience those things in order to understand those things. Nuance isn't built upon just getting older. It's built upon the experiences that got you there. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely.
I think when we talk about Inigo Montoya, again, I know it says, revenge and justice is his motivation.
His is lost. His motivation is lost.
Sure.
It is, revenge, but it's because
of his loss.
Yeah, he knew his father was a talented artist, and he knew that this man wanted a piece of his art, but then didn't want to pay for it. He didn't want it to be the same as what, he agreed to. And then the way, he basically took Inigo's father from him. Yeah, I understand.
I think you learn a lot about his character in one simple moment, and it highlighted it for me when I saw it tonight. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this, and it is such a telling moment. It's a very simple act. When they're resting after they climb the cliffs of insanity.
Yes.
And he's waiting for Westley to get his wind back so that they can fight. He's telling his story. And he pulls his sword as he's talking about the sword, and he hands it to him.
Yes.
That, in that moment, that is, he has faith. He has faith not in a system that is just. He has a faith in
the honor.
In people.
Yeah.
And he has faith that this man will honor him when he hands him the sword, not to use this sword on him.
Well, I mean, the man trusted him.
Yeah.
To, Westley trusted him to allow him to climb up without getting hurt. Because that was one thing that when Westley was climbing up, he was like, well, you're throwing this rope over, but who's to say that once I grab onto that rope, you don't cut it? And he's like, you need to, if you can trust me at my honor, I want to fight you fairly. I'm not going to do that. So knowing that Westley put that trust in him to honor him, to
well, he swore on his father, and that's when Westley said, throw me the rope.
Yeah. And so knowing that this man trusts him and honors him enough, not so much honors him, but respects his honor.
Yeah.
He is going to now respect this man's honor by showing him the sword and trusting that he is not going to turn it on him.
I think the entire sword fight is a position of trust.
It is.
Because when you thrust and then you parry, they're definitely they're dance moves. Well,
and there's a chance of getting,
Yeah, but it's an act of faith that they're going to do this move, that they're going to parry when you thrust. It is very much like a dance in which you expect those steps to be taken, and you have to trust your partner to do so. So even in a battle to the death, you have to have a trust in them, that they're going to do the things that are to be done and not to sidestep or to throw sand or something like that. There are a lot of things that could happen, but what they do is they built loyalty to each other. In that moment, they were still enemies of a sort, but they had a loyalty to each other to do it with honor.
Yes.
And when they change hands, they announce it.
They do. Yeah, they do. Because it's a game to them. They're not really, they don't want to kill each other. Like he says, he's like,
it's a shame to kill you.
And he's like, I'm ashamed. I'm afraid that I don't want to die by your hand. He kind of nods at him. The thing that always, again, this was something I found out a few years ago and actually had not watched the movie until today. Partly because I didn't think I could handle the scene. And if you notice, I really didn't pay much attention to the final fight with Rugen and Inigo.
Yeah.
And Mandy Patinkin's dad he died, and he was doing that. So when he tells him that he wants his father back, that was him really saying that. That wasn't Inigo.
Yeah.
The thing about what I'm noticing with this movie is there's a lot of love, both in character and out of character, but it's also surrounded by a lot of sadness.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. It's not easy, and it shouldn't be easy. I think that if you cannot cry for love, you cannot laugh for love.
Yeah.
And you need to have both. There's a balance. And I think that this movie will draw it out of you. Even even if the horrible things that happened didn't happen,
Yes.
For us to go over this movie, we already had it on our list.
It was already there. We were going to do it at some point.
Right. It just wasn't going to be so soon, but we felt this was a love story in so many ways that it made sense to talk about the loss and love, because there needs to be a balance. And I think that you're tearing up right now. I've been tearing up.
Yeah.
And I understand. I understand how you feel as far as like the sadness. I don't understand everything that drives it.
Yeah.
Because you never know another person enough to know all the things that motivate them.
Yeah.
But, I can definitely sympathize with Inigo. I can sympathize with every one of them, their losses and their sadness. All of them have it. Even Westley, who is the most driven,
Mm-hmm.
he's upset, which is why he's chasing her. He thinks she's let him go.
Yeah.
He's hurt, and he's mad, and he's sad, and he wants answers. So that's why he maintains the mask.
Oh, yeah. Like it's a look, everyone's going to be wearing them.
Right.
That's how he justifies the mask. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time watching New Girl. The next time we watch New Girl, I'm going to have a hard time with it.
I know. Because we get to the point where, her father,
yes,
who Rob plays, and her mother,
Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah.
Right, who is a wonderful,
love her.
Wonderful woman, who shares Rob's passion.
Yes.
For social justice, for LGBTQ people. I think they were a great matchup. Great comedic matchup with each other.
The movie we were supposed to do, we're not going to say what it is, but the movie we were going to do today
would have had
Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Right. So I think that it's a justice thing where you feel like you need it.
Mm-hmm.
And much like Inigo, we're going to be left without it. Because there is no justice in losing someone you love.
Yeah.
Even if you get the person, you're just left with the loss. And the loss will still be there no matter what.
Yep.
And I think that's an important thing to take away. That it shouldn't be about revenge or justice. Because neither of those things will change anything for you. You can seek justice, and that's fine, but you shouldn't obsess on it.
So, I don't think, unfortunately, with all of this love and all of this sadness, I don't think it's going to pass the Castellini, though.
Oh, you want to try it out and
Sure.
see? I will get the sheet that says what it is. So there have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Buttercup and Valerie, literally the only 2 female characters in the movie with names.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Those characters must have a conversation, not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
And this is where it's going to get hung up, because Buttercup always talks about her relationship with Westley. She talks even when she's talking about her relationship with Humperdinck, it's about why she made those choices because of her relationship with Westley. Valerie talks to Miracle Max about
about the job.
About the job, yes, but also about true love.
Sure, but she chides him over his job. That's a majority of the conversation. True. And let me point out something else so that I can help you. Okay. Because I want this to win.
I do too. I was very sad when I thought that it wasn't going to.
So when Buttercup is talking to Vizzini, it is not about a relationship.
Oh, yeah. She's talking about how that, that she would be protected, that somebody would come after her, that she would have somebody come for her, and that they would be dead when they catch up,
Yeah, she was threatening him.
Yeah, threatening him that Humperdinck was going to catch her.
So
find her.
Yes, it is a stretch in some ways.
I guess
but
so.
it does follow the letter of the rule.
Yes.
Of the question.
Well, even if, I guess technically, when she's talking to Westley, but she doesn't know that it's Westley.
Right.
But she's talking about her love. She's not talking about her relationship with the man in black.
Right.
She's talking about Westley because she doesn't know that is Westley. So that's another squint sideways if you really want to think about that one.
Right.
Also, they talk about the forest.
Right. They talk about the swamp.
The swamp, that's it.
Right, the fire swamp. So at least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it couldn't reach the same ending.
Without the Princess Bride, there would not be a Princess Bride.
There you go. So, and we have a couple more. Mm-hmm. Is it inclusive, and how?
It's not.
Okay.
I mean, Andre the Giant is French. Mandy Patinkin is
really stretching.
Mandy Patinkin is not Spanish.
He's not a Spaniard?
And Wallace Shawn is not Italian. And even if they were, Spanish would be the only race beside white.
Yeah,
there are no people of color.
It's not inclusive. It really is.
I mean, the main characters are Aryan. I'm sorry, but beautiful as they are, they're still Aryan.
Sure. And how does it rate when put against Tremors?
Well, see, it's going to lose points for the diversity and plot holes. How
does it rate against Tremors?
If Tremors is a 10,
feel?
if Tremors is a 10, and Short Circuit is a negative 30,000.
Well, it's at a 0. Let's not go Trumpian
please, we all know, really. I'm going to put Princess Bride. I'm sorry, Rob, but I'm going to say it's like an 8 or a 7.
I'd say an 8. I'd say an 8 is a good number. So, okay.
It's no Tremors. I'm sorry.
It's passing the Castellini test, but the extra 2 that we put in, it's not really going to do that.
Yeah, they're just our little questions.
It is a great movie, and I think everyone should see it. When you put it up against Tremors, it's lesser, but not that much.
No.
Only by a couple of levels, and only because it does not have that inclusivity.
And here's another thing about this movie. It has such a huge and endearing fandom. More so, okay, so there's movies that have fandoms, and you're like, oh, they're buying the merch, and they're doing this, and they're doing that. And then there's The Princess Bride, where during the pandemic, actors were reacting.
I know.
And Pedro Pascal as Inigo Montoya. Chef's kiss. I mean,
they had a lot of people redoing this.
Oh, yeah.
And it was awesome that they were reprising this.
I mean, Vicini was Rainn Wilson in one of the scenes.
Right.
Oh, God, I can't think of his name. He was in How I Met Your Mother. Patrick Starr's son. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name, but I know what
Allison
you're saying.
Hannigan's Jason. Yeah, he was Fezzik.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many actors who did this, and I think even Fred Savage, I think he was reading it.
Yeah, I think this movie is so iconic.
It's endearing
because it's about love. I mean, it's about love, and it's got sword fighting.
Really, though.
I mean, if you put that in all the kinds
even
of love,
Krull didn't go that far.
Oh God, Krull. Most useless weapon in the world.
I love. See, and that kind of again, this opened the door to good and bad.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's shortly thereafter I discovered. Well, this was actually before The Princess Bride. But well after Wizards and Warriors, it didn't get better after that. The old Claymate, the Sinbad movies with the
Sinbads,
claymations
yes,
in
those
them.
were excellent.
Clash
They
of
were
the
horrible,
Titans.
but they were excellent.
And Clash of the Titans was also another one that I would put in with my fantasy genre.
Sure.
I've always loved Greek mythology, so it had that same feel to me that drew me into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Princess Bride was just one in a long line of me finding movies that just sucked me in and showed me, oh my God, I could see these things live. But yeah, Princess Bride was the first one that to me was a fairy tale. And not just, a retelling of a classic.
But so much more.
But so much more.
As you learn, as you get older, it becomes more.
Oh, yeah. And you get to, and especially when you see the actors and they talk about their sides of it and how much they loved being a part of it and the relationships that they built during it. It means something because so many times we review we don't review movies, but we watch a movie and we talk about it and we find out that, this actor didn't agree with the director and that they fought and this one didn't like that and da-da-da. And they hated each other and it's almost like it kind of, it ruins it for me to a certain degree because I can't now watch it without seeing these two characters hating each other.
Sure.
Or, knowing that the actor didn't enjoy any moment of it.
Yeah.
Knowing that Bill Murray hated doing Scrooge because of how it was fast forward and he wasn't allowed to improvise makes Scrooge not as enjoyable for me because I feel like it was so much of a chore for him that it's not as much of an enjoyable movie for me. So knowing that what I do know about Princess Bride, it makes it better to me.
Oh, yeah. No, I imagine so. I mean, it does for me as well.
Yeah. So if you would like to watch The Princess Bride, we recommend you get the DVD.
And we'll tell you why.
Because you can watch it with a subscription, or you can rent it from $5 to $14.99. You got it on Disney Plus, Hulu, Philo, Fandango at Home, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime. So yeah, just get the DVD. Preferably the Blu-ray.
And we're not going to do a...
no clues today.
No clue, because we did the clues on the last episode.
And if you would like, I can reiterate those clues.
Sure, go ahead.
But now you already know that one of them is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sure.
The other ones are that this movie was one of the actor's 49th film and another actor's 99th film. Those same actors played the same characters in a cameo in Coming to America. And a bit part was supposed to go to Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. They were going to do Bob and Doug McKenzie, the Brew Brothers. But that all fell through, and Tom Davis and Al Franken had this tiny little tidbit part in this movie.
Okay.
So throw in Jamie Lee Curtis, and you will probably guess what this is, like, very easily.
Right. Hollywood Nights.
I mean, I was actually going to give one more clue away. This might give it away completely. But you know what?
Don't do it.
Oh, please, please, please. It has something to do with this movie.
Go ahead.
So in Princess Bride, when Buttercup is about to stab herself, Westley talks about how there are very few perfect breasts in the world, and it would be a shame to destroy one as perfect as Buttercup's. And in the movie that we're going to do, we get to see two other perfect boobs.
That's true.
Because, yeah, there's some nice titties in this movie.
That's true. It'll stay with you.
Oh,
it resonates.
Literally picturing it in my head right now, and I haven't seen this movie in years because...
Right? It just sits with you forever. It's always been in my head.
But you know what? She really hated it.
I know. And
like sometimes she talks about it and she talks about how empowering it was, and other times she's like, I really hated it.
Yeah, but you know that overall that wasn't fun for her.
Oh, how could it be?
It's just gratuitous, you know. But still, as you know, it sat with me for a lifetime.
I mean, yeah.
Those are what I measure everything against. I mean, even like basketballs or the sun.
They're not that big, but they are nice titties.
I'm saying I measure that is the basis for all things.
Yeah, well, yes.
So, thank you for joining us for The Princess Bride from 1987. This has been Cozy Quilt Cinema with Beth and Michelle. We loved having you in our blanket fort, and we're so sorry for the losses this year, especially for Rob and Michele Reiner. We want to share those emotional highs and the lows that movies can leave lingering within us well after they're over. And we want to keep those feelings going. And we want you to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Cozy Quilt Cinema. Or you can send your feedback or personal reflections to cozyquiltcinema@gmail.com. We hope this episode made your day a little warmer, maybe a little sadder. If you're looking for a zero-cost holiday gift to get us this year, we would love it if you would hit follow. Maybe leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to our podcast. It takes 10 seconds, but it helps other people find their way to our cozy corner of the internet. You can grab your hot chocolate, hit those stars, and we will see you next week with another great movie.
Love, true love. It's either that or it's going to be marriage.
As you wish.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And as they reach for each other...
What? What?
Now it's kissing again. You don't want to hear that.
I don't mind so much.
Since the invention of the kiss, there have been 5 kisses that were rated the most passionate, the most pure. This one left them all behind. The end.
Maybe you could come over and read it again to me tomorrow.
As you wish.